Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star Part 294 based on novel. So let's start. Luo Feng had thick arms, and one was carrying a cardinal shield while the other was carrying a bronze and bloody hammer. The hammer was enormous, and there were nails on it. There were flames around the hammer, and it dashed at Luo Feng with mighty power. The space around it turned into particles. Luo Feng's blade Absolute Guest came out of the sheath. Absolute Guest was a pinnacle true treasure blade created by Sitting Mountain Guest and was much more powerful than Blade Ghost Blade, which Luo Feng wielded to fight Master of Banff. A powerful true treasure could affect power to a large extent, and the closest power level was that of a supreme true treasure. The gap was larger. Dang! The blade hit the arm of the hammer, and the shock wave made Luo Feng take 3 steps back. Yuan Ao Master took 2 steps back and stopped. Yuan Ao Master growled and glared at Luo Feng. You were at an advantage when you were fighting Master of Banff only because you performed your supreme technique. Your blade technique wasn't that impressive. How could you just resist my hammer? Luo Feng sneered and said, "Stop talking. Show me your true power." Luo Feng knew exactly how powerful Yuan Ao Master was, despite the fact that he shouted like that. He had been suppressing Yuan Ao Master using Golden Country and 9 Tiger River at the beginning. As a matter of fact, Yuan Ao Master was indeed stronger than Luo Feng. When he was fighting Master of Banff used Floating Mountain Sea to suppress Luo Feng, and Luo Feng was only using Blood Ghost Blade. That was how Master of Banff was able to be at an advantage. However, Luo Feng was the one at an advantage now. He had better true treasures, and he was able to rival Yuan Ao Master even without I Am the Universe. How rampant you are! Yuan Ao Master roared. Well, you're indeed qualified to be rampant, as you've been only training for a few dozen eras. However, you need to learn that nobody cares how long you've been practicing. I'll reveal my true power now. The godly body of Yuan Ao Master was surrounded by flames that were like nebulas. The flames were so powerful that even 9 Tiger River under Golden Country crumbled instantly. So powerful. Luo Feng looked to the flame whirlpool in shock. It can rival the supreme technique, Dark Dike, of Star River Master. The breathtaking and shining flame whirlpool shrank and concentrated on that gigantic hammer. The fire on the hammer surged. All of a sudden, the hammer was emanating endless force, as if it were a pinnacle domain-type true treasure. Burn! Yuan Ao Master roared. The huge hammer looked bloody under the flame, and the bloodstains seemed to be triggered. An evil force permeated that drilled into Luo Feng and started to attack his body. Kill! 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 Die! The roaring resounded in Luo Feng's mind. Humph! Yuan Ao Master sneered. To him, although Luo Feng was a peerless genius in the human race, even in the universe, he had only practiced for a few dozen eras, and his mind might be his disadvantage. The hammer might not be a threat to real universe masters, but it was likely to work on this human genius. It could at least daze Luo Feng and put him in danger. The hammer arrived in front of Luo Feng. Golden light shone, and it was sharp and cold. It hit the hammer directly. Luo Feng was blasted away like a beam of light and didn't stop flying for thousands of kilometers, yet Yuan Ao Master stood in the sky, dazed. He resisted it? And his godly body isn't weakened, either, said Yuan Ao Master. Ha ha ha, is this your move, Yuan Ao Master? Luo Feng laughed on the outside, but inside, he was shocked. Even though he had 9 Tiger River and Golden Country, he was still at a severe disadvantage. That move was indeed terrifically powerful. Although it was less powerful than the trump card of Star River Master, it was only slightly weaker. However, it was different from when he was fighting Star River Master. He had Golden Country, 9 Tiger River, an Absolute Guest. He didn't have Star Tower, but Luo Feng had only lost 210,000 THS of his godly body. That Yuan Ao Master might have already lost 1/10,000th of his godly body already, Luo Feng thought. I have force armor to protect me. Good, said Yuan Ao Master. Incredible. No wonder you're a peerless genius in the human race. It's been less than one era since you fought Master of Banff, but your power has surged again. You're not even injured at my hands. I originally considered consuming you to death, as I have a large godly body, but now, you're qualified to make me use that. Yuan Ao Master glared at Luo Feng. Luo Feng was surprised. Use that? Ha ha. Everyone can bluff, said Luo Feng. Don't you have a supreme true treasure? Luo Feng opened his four wings and stood on Nine Tiger River, looking at Yuan Ao Master in the distance. Humph. I've only used it once in Universe Ocean since I got it. This will be the first time I use it in the original universe. Yuan Ao Master waved his hands, and the hammer disappeared, after which a strange black object showed up in Yuan Ao Master's hands. The black object was mighty. How powerful! Luo Feng confirmed that the black object was one of the targets using his golden toad. That's a target? That strange object. Luo Feng was shocked. He had killed some undying fighters and universe knights since coming here. It had always been living beings that made the golden toad's eyes turn red. And he was supposed to kill all of them. Ancestral God asked Luo Feng to find out what was happening here. Luo Feng surmised that the origin might be that strange object. That strange object looked like a giant piece of black wood, and one side was broken. The grains on the wood looked odd, like half circles winding with each other, and the entire black wood was strangely powerful. So powerful. I've seen many valuables, but the only two things that can outpower this are a fully utilized Star Tower and 5-color Aurora Lake, Luo Feng thought. I have Star Tower in my hands, but I can't fully utilize it, and it can't trump this blackwood now. Although Yuan Ao Master had launched some attacks, that blackwood was already more forceful than the true treasure maces and the pinnacle true treasure that double-face ancestral god used. I killed a universe master with one attack. Yuan Ao Master stroked the blackwood. This is a valuable I got in Universe Ocean after lots of efforts and dangers. I'll use it to rip you into pieces. I'll take your true treasures by destroying this body of yours, and it'll be your punishment. As for the ancestral god school? Ha ha. I'm not even afraid of ancestral god. Just come. Demon race territory in the distance. Inside Dream Ancestor Secret Region, the giant silver snake was floating in the space where the palaces of Dream Demon Ancestor. He looked up in a certain direction in the universe. A ripple. It's that ripple, said the silver snake slowly. It's in Yuan Ao Secret Region. Did Yuan Ao Master get a strange object? What a moron. How stupid is he to bring that object back to the original universe? Doesn't he know the original universe doesn't allow that kind of strange object? The silver snake made an order immediately. Skywolf, Yumo, go to Yuan Ao Secret Region. I'll go there if you run into dangers. Yes. Skywolf Master and Yumo Master took the order. Both of them had lived for a long time, and Skywolf Master was a pinnacle universe master with great surviving skills. So was Yumo Master. The two universe masters were only scouts. The Northern Territory Alliance. That strange object. It's rare for it to show up even in Universe Ocean, and it shows up now. Though it still can't rival a supreme true treasure, it's very close already. Even pinnacle set true treasures can't rival that. I'm sure that the Universe Supreme Masters in the original universe have already heard. I'll send 2 Universe Masters there to see, and I can get there immediately. Soon, Northern Territory Alliance sent 2 Universe Masters. Meanwhile, the Ancestral God School sent 3 Universe Masters. The Bug Race sent 1 Universe Master, and the Space Beast Alliance sent 2 Universe Masters. The superpowers in the universe all sent Universe Masters, and the Universe Supreme Masters behind them were observing the situation closely. On the contrary, the Automaton race and the human race didn't send anyone, as Huge Axe Founder was in Universe Ocean while Father God was in another universe. With Golden Kingdom, Luo Feng had absolute control over time and space. Thus, he could feel the attraction and detect that black piece of wood. Due to certain factors, the black piece of wood was cracking. The splinters that broke off were distinct. This could be a valuable that was a naturally occurring treasure at the true treasure level. It could be big or small, and it had limitless power. I have never heard of such a strange object, Luo Feng mused. Due to special reasons that might put the universe at risk, life forms like Yuan Ao Master, torch-smelting Master God, and glorious Master God needed to be exterminated. But this black piece of wood is nothing but a dead object. How can it cause harm to the primal universe? However powerful a true treasure like Star Tower was, it would not be powerful enough to bring harm to the primal universe. This kept Luo Feng on his toes. Human kid, Yuan Ao Master snorted at Luo Feng. His single eye was filled with smugness as he gloated over Luo Feng's situation. Regretting? Afraid? But too late. Out of the countless great beings of the primal universe, you are truly the first to have a taste of it. Don't blame me if you lose your armor, wings, and weapons. Ha ha ha. Suddenly, Yuan Ao Master roared, burn and destroy. He was using the same technique, which was also the only ultimate technique that Yuan Ao Master comprehended. The same scene unfolded. The glaring, magical, gigantic whirlpool of flames resembling a nebular whirlpool enshrouded Yuan Ao Master and added strength to his aura, which instantly skyrocketed. I'm not going to fool around any longer. Luo Feng stared and executed his ultimate technique while shouting, I am the universe. Luo Feng's godly body consumed his godly power at an unparalleled speed while the endless golden light that had been enveloping this part of the secret region suddenly changed. Chaotic airflow appeared to fill the air, drifting randomly and filling every space possible. At that instant, this ubiquitous presence changed the surroundings of an area with a diameter of 1 billion miles to a world of chaotic airflow. Chaotic airflow? Yuan Ao Master laughed with great delight. You are finally executing your ultimate technique. Great. Great, my ass. Luo Feng roared. Within the gigantic, egg-like miniature universe, chaotic airflow was everywhere. In terms of power, the miniature universe was much stronger than Golden Kingdom. Luo Feng made use of this technique in one of his previous battles, so even though Master of Banff had the Luo sector, he still could not stop Luo Feng from forcefully massacring over 6,000 universe knights. At this moment, Luo Feng shouted, Miniature universe in power. Golden Kingdom in power. 9 Tiger River, attack. Other than Star Tower being an ultimate technique, the 3 techniques, namely Miniature Universe, which was the shrinking of the universe, Golden Kingdom, which was the absolute control of time and space, and 9 Tiger River, which was the domain of a domain-type true treasure, were all techniques of different types, so they did not contradict or repel one another. Within a split second, the 3 superimposed over one another. With this superimposition, solely Golden Kingdom and 9 Tiger River were enough to take down Endless Flame, much less with the addition of the powerful miniature universe. A crushing force, and the vast, flaming domain surrounding Yuan Ao Master completely collapsed. Under the double empowerment of miniature universe and Golden Kingdom, 9 Tiger River had immeasurable power, allowing it to run rampant in its attacks. Yuan Ao Master was roused into action. Ha ha ha. What a delight, but you must still meet your doom. Yuan Ao Master roared. With a sudden crashing sound, his godly body started to expand. Within a split second, he reached a massive 1 million miles, the true size of his godly body. A gigantic Yuan Ao Master 1 million miles tall was now grasping a piece of black godly wood that was also several million miles long. The endless power brought about by burn and destroy was completely gathered on this black godly wood, which brought about winding threads of black airflow. One straight blow. From one fragmented end of the black godly wood, splinters flew directly to meet with the blow Luo Feng dealt. That one blow. Even with double empowerment, 9 Tiger River was still crumbling under the impact inch by inch. Its waves parted to either side, as it was unable to ward off the endless firelight and the black airflow winding around the black godly wood. At that moment, the black godly wood was continuing to expand and lengthen. It crashed directly at Luo Feng. Miniature universe, gather. Luo Feng shouted. Suddenly, the seemingly disorganized miniature universe's chaotic airflow gathered around the absolute guest blade in Luo Feng's right hand like a tornado. Wielding the power that he obtained after fusing whatever existing power he had with this endless chaotic airflow, Luo Feng slashed ruthlessly at the black godly wood that was charging towards him. The power was sky-high. Luo Feng was thrown back a couple thousand miles. It was the same situation for Yuan Ao Master, who was also forced to retreat a good couple of 100 miles because of the frightening impact of the collision. Impossible. Yuan Ao Master's single eye was filled with insanity as he looked at the godly wood in his hands. Letting out an uninhibited roar, he shouted, "Go and die." "You think I fear you?" said Luo Feng. "You are the one dying today." Luo Feng flapped his wings. Then, under the oppression of Miniature Universe, Golden Kingdom, and Nine Tiger River, he was completely on the winning end. In his grasp was Absolute Guest Blade, which, together with the power gathered from Miniature Universe, dealt another ferocious blow with the determination to annihilate Yuan Ao Master with one swift slash. Both exchanged blows at lightning speed. All the blows were executed at full force. Suddenly, the vast Miniature Universe dispersed without a trace. The 9-second limit for maintaining one execution was up, and although he was able to continue maintaining its execution, Luo Feng did not feel like continuing with this battle. "Yuan Ao Master is Yuan Ao Master," said Luo Feng. "I salute you. I shall not stay any longer." With that, Luo Feng transformed into light and made a speedy escape. However, the surrounding space had been sealed much earlier. There was no way he could teleport. "You want to leave? Dream on." Yuan Ao Master roared his murderous intent to hunt Luo Feng down. "Ha ha! You think you can catch up with me?" Luo Feng laughed out loud. With the double obstruction posed by Golden Kingdom and Nine Tiger River, Yuan Ao Master's speed was a far cry from that of Luo Feng's. Seeing Luo Feng escape, Yuan Ao Master was helpless. He was at his wits' end. He had already realized that the aura of Luo Feng's godly body was obviously weakened by one notch, and his guess was that Luo Feng might have lost 1/10 of his godly body. In his case, although he had executed his ultimate technique about a dozen times, the amount of his godly body consumed was merely 2 out of 1,000. Continuing to fight under such a situation, he would definitely be able to exhaust Luo Feng to his death. What a pity that Luo Feng had Golden Kingdom to empower his Nine Tiger River. Luo Feng held full control. If Luo Feng had been able to fight, he would have, but if not, he would still dare to put up a struggle. However, it seemed to him that he might lose his life in the fight, so he made a speedy decision to escape. "That human, Luo Feng," shouted Yuan Ao Master. "Good for you that you are fast, but I don't believe all the other universe masters of the Ancestral God School are equally fast. I shall wait here at my territory, and what can the Ancestral God School do to me?" Yuan Ao Master let out a resounding roar, and during his roar, Luo Feng flew out of the area under sealed space. Within an instant, he had disappeared from sight. How could that Yuan Ao Master be that powerful, and what exactly is that black godly wood? Luo Feng was in one of the void spaces of the Yuan Ao secret region. "In terms of technique," said Luo Feng, "he loses to Star River Master by a great deal, but that godly wood. In terms of attack power, it does not lose out to Star River Master's attack power." No wonder he mentioned earlier that he annihilated a Universe Master with a single blow at the Universe Ocean. "I have already mobilized all 3 techniques, Golden Kingdom, Miniature Universe, and Nine Tiger River, and yet, I am still on the losing end." Luo Feng was consciously aware that he was not able to win. Even with Miniature Universe, Nine Tiger River, and Golden Kingdom, coupled with the Golden Technique executed with Absolute Guest Blade, the combined power was barely comparable to that of the second stage of Star Tower. Using Star Tower was not a consuming process for his godly power, but Miniature Universe used up a good 1/10 of his godly body. If I had not executed Miniature Universe just now, I would have been at an absolute disadvantage, thought Luo Feng. I would probably have been blown away from a distance, and my godly body would have sustained severe injuries. With the empowerment of Miniature Universe, he was able to alleviate his disadvantage by a little. Keeping each attack at maximum force, every execution would consume 10% of my godly body. Just a few executions and I will be a goner. Luo Feng shook his head in silence. Not a match. Luo Feng flipped his hand and retrieved a golden token. Ancestral God. Luo Feng. Ancestral God, Yuan Ao Master is a target, too, said Luo Feng. And he has a piece of black godly wood, which is also a target. The black godly wood is very powerful, and with Yuan Ao Master holding it, I am unable to ward off his attacks at all. To eradicate him is simply beyond my capabilities. You have done well, said Ancestral God. When Yuan Ao Master utilized that black godly wood, I had already learned of its origins. The true origin lies with that black wood. I have already deployed 9 Remoteness Master and 2 other Universe Masters. They will be gathering at Redbud Island first. You should quickly head over to meet them. God Country Transportation will send you there right away. 9 Remoteness Master? Luo Fen repeated immediately. I will leave right away to go meet them. Standing in void space with a cyan light by his side, Luo Feng's soul servant operated God Country Transportation. From there, 3 figures were seen walking out. The one in the lead was a middle-aged man garbed in a magnificent black robe. There were black engravings on his fair and pale face, and he exuded a devilish charm. He was different from Primal Chaos City Leader and different from Darkness Master. Throughout the universe, his existence was one that was terribly self-conceited and overweening with arrogance. Milky Way Horde Leader, said this devilish, middle-aged man as he looked at Luo Feng to acknowledge his presence. Luo Feng returned his greetings. 9 Remoteness Master. The two looked at one another. Interesting, said 9 Remoteness Master. This young fellow I encountered back then has become so powerful in the twinkling of an eye. He turned behind and said, you should know these two beside me. Luo Feng took one look and smiled. This must be Yunnan Master from the Thornring Alliance, and this must be Anaconda Master from the Ancestral God School. Through the virtual universe, he had already read up on the more renowned universe masters from various top powers within the universe. It was a natural reaction to memorize some prominent information about these numerous universe masters so he could at least know what some of these universe masters were skilled in. In times of battle, such information would enable him to be well prepared and to know what to be cautious about. That's right. 9 Remoteness Master nodded. These two here are also peripheral members of the Ancestral God School and belong to my 9 Remoteness branch. You are also one of my 9 Remoteness branch, so the 4 of us are actually closely related. Milky Way Horde Leader. Yunnan Master and Anaconda Master greeted at the same time. Yunnan Master was a bald man with bone wings, while Anaconda Master was a giant boa constrictor whose godly body took the form of a winding spiral and had flashing mirages all about its surroundings. Both looked toward Luo Feng with kind intentions. Nice to meet you both, Luo Feng said with a smile. 9 Remoteness Master nodded and said, this concerns matters pertaining to Yuan Ao Master. We of the 9 Remoteness branch will be appearing as representatives of the Ancestral God School. Ancestral God School? Luo Feng sensed something. 9 Remoteness Master, have powers outside the Ancestral God School come? Yes. 9 Remoteness Master nodded. Yunnan Master had his bone wing open, but he had a gentle voice as he said, not just Ancestral God School. All the powers that have Universe Supreme Masters will send Universe Masters here. All the superpowers in the universe might send Universe Masters here. Anaconda Master had a hoarse voice. We have Milky Way Horde Leader to lead us, he said, and we can arrive there as quickly as possible using God Country Transportation. Other powers might need some more time. After all, it's a place that belongs to Yuan Ao Master, and only a few left keepsakes there. Why are they coming? Luo Feng couldn't help asking. Because they know that strange object, answered Yunnan Master. How? Strange objects can only be born in the 3 lands of extremis, said Yunnan Master. They all look natural, like wood or grass. They are all naturally bred, and they are all powerful. They are the closest to supreme true treasures. Also, there's one difference between them and supreme true treasures. For supreme true treasures, the users need to study the mysteries behind them to wield their power, and if they can't, supreme true treasures won't wield their real power. Luo Feng nodded. He was only able to use the second level of Star Tower, but the second level of Star Tower was already mighty enough. Strange objects are different, Yunnan Master continued gently. There are no engravings on strange objects, and any great being is able to wield their maximum power. Supreme true treasures not fully utilized are at the same level as strange objects. Only supreme true treasures fully utilized can overpower strange objects. You can imagine how precious they are. Luo Feng nodded. The pinnacle set true treasure that Double-Face Ancestral God used and the pinnacle true treasure maces that Star River Master used were both inferior to that strange object. Even the second level of Star Tower was barely at the same level as that black wood, and the black wood could be wielded at its strongest immediately. Who wouldn't want that? However, there's a downside to strange objects, said Yunnan Master. They are rejected by the universe. Both the original universe and miniature universe rejected strange objects. It seems the strange objects can affect the stability of the universe origin once they are in one. They seem to be aligned naturally against the universe origin. Luo Feng now understood. Naturally against the universe origin. No wonder Ancestral God said something harmful to the original universe was going on here. Unfortunately for Yuan Ao Master, he's a loner, said Yunnan Master. Although he's free to be a loner, nobody shares secrets with him. Besides, it's rare that strange objects are born, so even for me, I just learned the secret from Ancestral God. He smiled. Yuan Ao Master doesn't know that the Blackwood is rejected by the original universe, which is why he brought it back to the original universe. It's okay that he doesn't use it, but if he uses it, the power from that Blackwood clashes with the universe origin. Other great beings aren't able to sense that, but Universe Supreme Masters can clearly sense the existence of that black object. Luo Feng nodded. That Blackwood can't be brought back to the original universe, continued Yunnan Master, but most of the great beings adventure in Universe Ocean, which is why they keep the Blackwood in Universe Ocean and preserve them all by themselves. Apparently, they are already second-class supreme true treasures. How can the powers not go mad for them? The Universe Supreme Masters will come here by themselves if they don't know that other powers know about this secret. Luo Feng now fully understood the story. It's been a long time since Yuan Ao brought that strange object back, said Nine Remoteness Master slowly. That strange object is rejected by the original universe, and the power merges with his body, which is why the original universe starts to reject him. This time, Yuan Ao Master needs to be eradicated as well. Luo Feng was shocked. Merge with his body? Strange objects are special, evil, and powerful, said Nine Remoteness Master. Few great beings are able to resist their temptation. Who can resist a second-hand supreme true treasure? Both Yunnan Master and Anaconda Master exclaimed. Luo Feng nodded. It was almost impossible to get a supreme true treasure, and no universe masters in the universe were known to have supreme true treasures, not even Primal Chaos City Leader and Star River Master. Even some supreme masters didn't have supreme true treasures. Who didn't want a strange object that was only slightly inferior to a supreme true treasure? They are nothing to me. Nine Remoteness Master shook his head and smiled. Every time I fight, I'm prepared for my bodies to die, so I don't carry any important true treasures. Luo Feng was unable to suppress a laugh. Let's go, said Nine Remoteness Master. Our Ancestral God School is the quickest, and it'll take around half a day for the other powers to arrive. I'll deal with that Yuan Ao Master, and I'll see how powerful that Yuan Ao Master can be with that strange object. Let's go. Sure. Luo Feng smiled. I haven't seen Nine Remoteness Master attack. The 4 supreme beings disappeared. 4 beings stood in the space and looked at the 12 floating continents. How can we get him to come? Asked Yunnan Master. The easiest way is to use godly power to cause an explosion on one of the continents, and then Yuan Ao Master would come. However, Yunnan Master and the others were all of high status, and they wouldn't do such a thing if those ordinary lives didn't mess with them. Leave it to me, said Luo Feng. Luo Feng opened his wings. Boundless golden light permeated, and a golden space with a radius of 18 light-years was formed. It was Golden Country. The Golden Country enveloped all the 12 continents, which made 9 Remoteness Master and the others look to Luo Feng in shock. Such a large area. Even a top-tier domain-type true treasure couldn't cover such a vast area. Yuan Ao, shouted Luo Feng. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Yuan Ao. Luo Feng's voice blasted throughout every inch of space on the 12 continents, and all the lives on the continents were terrified. A roar. Human Luo Feng. A flame flew out of a continent and he arrived at a space only 1,000,000 kilometers away from Luo Feng and the others. You still dare to come? The towering Yuan Ao Master's eyes were glinting with madness. He sneered and said, no wonder Milky Way Horde leader still dares to come. He has helpers now. I'll see who they are. Oh, 2 nobodies. Wait. Isn't this 9 Remoteness Master? The mighty and well-known 9 Remoteness Master. 9 Remoteness, are you going to battle me with those 3? I won't care. 9 Remoteness Master looked to him. Don't worry, I myself am enough. I admit that you're incredible and have a boundless godly body, said Yuan Ao Master. I'd rather deal with Primal Chaos City Leader and Star River Master than you. And I certainly won't confront you if I don't have the strange object. However, I'm not afraid you right now. Yuan Ao Master laughed. I'm not even afraid of Universe Supreme Masters. Really? 9 Remoteness Master moved, and the space around him was completely sealed. Come. The forceful blackwood showed up in Yuan Ao Master's face, and the soul eye was glinting with madness. Luo Feng, Yunnan Master, and Anaconda Master were all watching. 9 Remoteness Master dashed at Yuan Ao Master like a trace of light and screamed. 9 Remoteness Master turned into an ocean, and the water charged at Yuan Ao Master. Meanwhile, Yuan Ao Master performed his supreme technique, Burn. The water was churning and formed a huge ocean whirlpool, covering Yuan Ao Master. 9 Remoteness, Ocean Eye, said Yunnan Master. Luo Feng held his breath. 9 Remoteness, Ocean Eye, was a legendary supreme technique, and it could only be performed by 9 Remoteness Master. The ocean formed a giant whirlpool, and it expanded. All of a sudden, it was like a star exploding, and it shrank to the size of a neutron. The whirlpool shrank, and the godly power exploded. It was a technique at the cost of self-destruction. Luo Feng knew that as well. Miniature Universe. Of course, Luo Feng's technique was an inherited technique, while the 9 Remoteness Ocean used was created by him based on the characteristic of 9 Remoteness Ocean. The whirlpool shrank to the size of an earthling's fist before it was completely gone. Yuan Ao Master, who was only the size of a fist, looked horrendous. The power from the whirlpool had turned the space around it into particles, and the particles were like water in a huge pot. Everything went away. Yuan Ao Master returned to the original size after that. Luo Feng looked forward to wielding that after becoming a Universe Master. This video will end here.